Hello everyone. Friends, today we are starting with chapter number 2, linear correlation. We have completed friends index number, right? So today friends we are starting with linear correlation. So friends, what are the topics are there that we have to learn? The first is the introduction. Second is the meaning and definition of linear correlation, correlation and coefficient of correlation. Methods are there, that is a scatter diagram, Carl Pearson product movement method, properties of correlation, coefficient of correlation, interpretation of the value of correlation coefficient, Spearman rank correlation method, and precautions in the interpretation of correlation coefficient. Friends, the total weightage of this particular chapter comes to 12 marks. The same weightage is given for index number also. The weightage I will show to you, question number I will give to you, right? So friends, we are starting with this chapter. The first thing we have to learn is the definition of correlation. Definition of correlation. You can see here, has put up the in the bracket. We can read the definition. Simultaneous changes in the value. Simultaneous means what? When one variable increases, the other variable decreases. Or one variable increases, other variable also increases. That is known as simultaneous changes in the value of two variable due to direct. Direct means what? It is affected directly. Suppose the price of an item or a price of an item or a commodity increases. So what happened? The demand for that particular commodity also will be affected. If the price increases, we know the demand for that particular product is decreased. That is the direct. Or indirect means what? It is affected indirectly, not directly. It takes some time. For example, if there is a trade war between India and China, it will be affected to the common man, but indirectly, not to the direct. It takes some time. Clear to you? It is also known as by the cause and effect. The two variables are there. One is the cause variable and one is the effect variable. Suppose cause variable. Cause variable we can say the price of the product, and effect will be the demand, right? Or we can say the number of vehicles and the number of accidents, right? That way it goes, cause and effect. Then it can be said that there is a correlation between two variables. What is the definition, friend? Simultaneous fluctuation also we can say, or we can say changes also. Simultaneous changes in the values of two variables due to direct or indirect cause and effect, then it is said that there is a correlation between two variables. Clear? Then comes the concept, how many types of correlation are there? So specifically speaking, there are two types of correlation. One is known as positive correlation and one is known as negative correlation. Actually, one more topic is there, that is lack of correlation. Which one? Lack of correlation. That means there is no relation at all in two variables. So first friends, we are going to learn the positive correlation. Now what is positive correlation? When two variables, when two variables shows the same effect, the word is important, shows the same effect. That means when one variable increases, other variable also increases. One variable decreases, the other variable also decreases. We can see lot of examples are there. You see the example, correlation between price and supply. If price increases, the supply is also increases, because the in order to earn more profit, the trader will supply more goods in the market. Age of husband and age of wife, that is also correlated. Number of vehicles and number of accidents, sale and the profit of an item. If the sale increases, the turnover increases, the profit will also increase. Rainfall and yield of crop. If rainfall is in a good proportion, the crop production is also in a good way. That are the some of the examples of positive correlation. This will come in our objective questions also. For 1 marks question they asked to us. So friends, we are going to learn the definition of positive correlation. When the changes in the values of two correlated variables are in the same direction, the correlation between them is said to be positive. But we can say positive correlation, friends, when the changes in the values of the two variables are in the same direction. From this definition, we can also learn the definition of negative correlation also. You know what is the change, what is the difference in the negative? The only thing, negative correlation has opposite change. In positive, same direction, while in negative, opposite direction. That means, so what is the definition? First of all, we are going to learn the positive. When the changes in the values of two correlated variables are in the same direction, then that relation is known as positive. Examples: age of husband, age of wife, price and supply of goods, number of vehicles, number of accidents, right? Then comes negative correlation. Already we have discussed little bit. So now we are going for negative. When the changes in the values of the two variables, when the changes in the value of the two correlated variables are in which direction? Opposite direction. Then that correlation is said to be negative. The correlation between price and demand, expenditure and saving, minimum day temperature and sale of woolen clothes, altitude and amount of oxygen. These are the some of the examples of negative correlation, right? So friends, now we are going to learn, up to here we have learned mainly two concepts, correlation. So what is the definition of correlation? Again, I have to repeat because some of them are not reading the theory properly. If simultaneous changes in the values of two correlated variables due to direct or indirect cause and effect, then that relation is known as correlation between two variables. How many types of correlations can be say? Mainly there are two types, positive and negative correlation. What is positive correlation? When the changes in the value of the two correlated variables are in the same direction, then there is a positive correlation. Examples also we have to learn. Negative. When the changes in the value of the two correlated variables are in opposite direction, then it is known as negative correlation. Yeah, examples also. Now, friends, we are continuing with the topic. What is correlation coefficient? This topic in exercise that also we have to learn. We have to do the sums of this particular topic. That is correlation and coefficient of correlation. Right? Short, it is known as correlation coefficient. Now, what is correlation coefficient? The measure of the strength of the linear correlation between two variables is called the correlation coefficient. One of the important question for your exam. So what is correlation coefficient? The measure of the strength of the linear correlation between two variables is called the correlation coefficient. It is denoted by R. By R it is known as. It is given by Karl Pearson. Right. So again, what is correlation coefficient? The measure of the strength of the linear correlation between two variables is called the correlation coefficient. It is denoted by R, who has given friends by Karl Pearson method. Okay. Now, what are the methods of study of correlation? So, methods are three. Scatter diagram method, Karl Pearson product movement method, Pearson rank correlation method. These three methods we have to learn. The first is scatter diagram method. The definition I have just put on the bracket. Suppose x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, dot 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 xn y are ordered pairs of n values of two variables x and y. That means for x they are saying x1, x2, x3. For y they are saying y1, y2, y3 in that. The values of the variable x is put on x-axis and the value of variable y is put on y-axis, are plotted on a graph by taking the proper scale. Scale we know 1 centimeter is equal to 100 unit differs 100 kg, or we can say 100 kilometer differs. The graph showing the plotted points corresponding to the pair x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 or xn, yn is called the scatter diagram. We have to learn. Okay. Then comes what is perfect positive correlation. What is perfect positive correlation? Perfect positive means what? If all the points you can see here are in the same line. If all the points are in the same line, we can say that there is a perfect relation between two variables. If the points are not so in a perfect line, we have to say that it's a partial positive correlation. If the lines are more scattered here and there, then we can say that concept that is not stayed up to here. That is lack of correlation, right? So we are going for perfect. If all the points of a scatter diagram lie on one line, this is the more important, lie on one line. And if the line is going in which direction? Upward direction. That means this way. In this way it goes. Upward direction from left to right. Then it shows perfect positive correlation between two variable x and y. So friends, clear? If all the points of a scatter diagram lie on a one straight line and it moves from left to right, in upward direction, then it is known as perfect positive correlation. Same direction the word comes. Okay. Then comes the opposite of that. What is perfect negative? You can see the lines are also straight here, but it not goes upward, it goes downward, right? And it's right to left. So we can see that from left to right. If all the points of a scatter diagram lie on one line, and if the line goes in the downward direction, from left to right, then it shows perfect negative correlation. That is opposite direction. Then comes what is partial. Partial means when the lines are going upward direction only, from right to left only, right? But from left to right only, but it not in a proper way. It's scattered here and there. Then it is known as partial positive correlation. If all the points of a scatter diagram are not on one line, but lie around a line which is going in upward direction from left to right, it indicates a partial positive correlation. Now, the same, what is partial negative? If all the points doesn't lie on a one straight line, but is near about it to that line, and it moves from right to left, right, left to right, that indicates the partial negative correlation. Okay, friends. So up to here we have learned. Now this concept is known as lack of correlation. You can see that points are scattered here and there. It's not in a proper line, whether left to right or right to left. It is just spread here over and there. That concept is known as lack of correlation. If the points of a scatter diagram lie randomly without forming any specific pattern, then indicates absence of lineation. That is known as lack of linear correlation. Then comes what are the merits and limitations of the first merit. This is a very, very simple method. Less mathematical knowledge is required. It gives some idea about the strength, right? And fourth, I just left. Fifth, there is no difficulty in judging the nature of correlation. Judging the nature means it indicates whether it is a positive or whether it is a negative. We can judge it whether it is a positive, negative, or there is no relation. So first is a simple method, less mathematical knowledge is required. It gives some idea about the strength, and last is it's not difficult for judging the nature of correlation and limitation. It does not give the exact measure. In one word answer, most of the questions they are asking in that way. What is the main limitation of a scatter diagram? The main limitation of a scatter diagram is that it does not give exact degree of relation between two variables, right friends? So this theory you have to write it and you have to send to me. I know most of the students study very well, but some of them are not doing. So it is better you make starting notes. It's for everyone. So start making the notes, and that note you have to send to me. Okay. Now, friends, this concept. Now we are going to learn the formulas of Carl Pearson product movement method. That also you have to write. So I already said we have to learn the concept of correlation coefficient. It is indicated as what? R. So first formula of R is equal to covariance xy. See the wording? Covariance xy upon Sx upon Sy. Sx means what? Standard deviation of x. And Sy means standard deviation of y. In last year, we have learned only one variable. You remember the standard deviation. Here we have to do standard deviation of both the variables, right? How to find covariance? Covariance formula. Sigma xi minus x bar y minus y bar upon n. Now what is the formula for Sx? Under root sigma xi minus x bar the whole square upon n. This we have learned last year also. In Sy, all the thing will be remain same. Instead of xi, it is yn. Total 8 formulas are there. Now the first formula that we are going to learn for big sums. This is for the short sum. This one is for the short sums formula. This one is the big. R is equal to sigma xi minus x bar y minus y bar whole upon under root sigma xi minus x bar whole square into under root sigma yi minus y bar the whole square. One more formula for covariance xy, and it's little bit interesting. Sigma xy minus n into x bar into y bar upon n. Right? Don't be worried about all these things. You have to write these formulas. Right? Remaining thing I will explain to you. Right? Then the new formula comes R is equal to sigma xi minus x bar y minus y bar upon n into sx into s bar. It's for the short sum. Second formula is R is equal to n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y whole upon under root n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square into under root n sigma y square minus sigma y. By seeing the formula, you think that it's very hard, right? It's not so, friends. When I explain the sum to you, it becomes very easy. This we have to learn now. Properties of correlation coefficient, theoretical part. This you have to just read it out. Okay. Properties. You have to read the assumptions. Properties I am teaching. The value of correlation coefficient lies between -1 to +1. What does it want to say is that the answer of R is always lies between -1 to +1. If it is more than 1, our answer is wrong. If answer is less than -1, our answer is wrong. It should lie within the range of -1 to 1. The correlation coefficient is free from the unit of measure. That means 0.95, not kg, centimeter, unit, nothing is cannot write. It is free from unit of measure because it shows, we learn the definition of correlation coefficient. It shows what, the measure of the strength of the correlation between two variables is known as correlation coefficient. It shows the strength, how much strength is there, how much percentage is there between what the percentage is there between two variables relation. Third one, correlation coefficient is same as x and y or y on x. If you go for x and y or you go for y and x, the answer will be the correlation coefficient does not change with the change of origin. It means if we divide variable with any value, if we multiply the variable with any value, divide, minus, plus, there will be no change in our answer. That's they want to say. If there is a change of origin, if we are changing the origin of the sum also by divide, by multiplication, by addition or by subtraction, there will be no change in our answer. So four properties are there. Again, we can have a short revision. What is the answer? First one, R lies between -1 to +1. It's always free from the unit of measurement. For x and y, the same answer of y and x. And the fourth one, it does not depend upon the change of origin. And the fifth one, R minus x y means what? If one variable, if we are getting in minus, the whole answer will be in minus. If minus x, answer will be in minus. If y answer is minus, answer is in minus. If both are in minus, we get the answer in plus. That way. Interpretation R is equal to 1. What does it indicate? If you get the answer R is equal to 1, what does it indicate? It indicates that it's a perfect positive correlation between two variables. Now, it's clear now. R is equal to -1. What we can say? It indicates there is a perfect negative correlation. If R is equal to 0, we can say that no linear relation between two variables. So friends, right, maximum things are clear with you. -1, perfect negative correlation. 0 if comes, lack of correlation. 1 comes, perfect positive correlation. Sums are there, right, that I'm going to discuss with you. I'm going with the formulas that I want to show to you. Lot of work is there in this chapter as the index number that we have done. Yes. Friends, this is a summary of whole chapter that we have learned. We have learned the topic of correlation, simultaneous changes in the value. Linear correlation, you just read it, you get it. Positive, we have learned, same direction. Negative, we have learned, opposite direction. Correlation coefficient. What is correlation coefficient? The measure of the strength of the correlation between two variables. Scatter diagram, we have learned, simple method, or we can write the whole definition x1, y1 plotted on a graph paper, x-axis, y-axis, right? Carl Pearson method, this is the best method given by Carl Pearson. Pearson, we have to discuss it, right? The time has come, I can explain. It's very simple. Pearson rank correlation. We know data are of two types. One is known as quantitative data and qualitative data. This word you have listened 11th standard. Quantitative data means the data which can be measured in terms of numbers, while qualitative data means the data which cannot be expressed in terms of numbers. Ranks are there, efficiency is there, honesty is there. Such type of data we cannot do by Carl Pearson product movement method. Listen carefully. If quantitative data is given, we can do by Carl Pearson product movement method. If qualitative data is given, that is the attribute data is given, we cannot do by, yes, we cannot do by Carl Pearson product movement method. In that situation, we have to do by Pearson rank correlation method. It has some specific formulas. Till now, we have not discussed that. So that is Pearson. So up to here, linear correlation method, 3 are there, Carl Pearson, sorry, scatter diagram, Carl Pearson, Pearson. Scatter diagram, only type of correlation can be known. We can know only type of correlation. That also said clearly in merits also. We can know the nature of relationship, whether it is a positive, whether it is a negative, or there is no relation. Carl Pearson method gives the best because it gives the R, the answer it gives to us. Strength we can know. And Spearsman, when the data is of qualitative is given to. Friends, this is the list of formulas that you have to write for 5 times. You have to remember it. You have to write it 5 times. Then only you will get into it. If you just see, we cannot get it because the whole thing is the formula. So please, 5 times you have to write and you have to submit. List of formulas. 8 formulas are there. That 8 formulas you have to read, right? I'm not teaching all the formulas at a line, right? In the next class, I will teach the 1 or 2 formulas. It becomes very clear to you. So friends, for today's lecture, we are stopping here. Theory you have to write 1 time. You have to read also, understand also. And formulas you have to write 5 times, right? Along with that, and you have to submit. Okay. Thank you. Take care. God bless.